Thank you, parents, for joining us, and grandparents as well.
Good morning and thank you for coming. We want to welcome you to our 2018 memorial in honor of everyone affected by those mean people on September 11, 2001. Always in our hearts and minds, the victims of that day, their families who went straight up to work to help the heroes and all of this great nation in our United States of America. So, how do we honor the men, women, and children who are hurt, and the people who worked hard to take care of the hurt? How do we honor our great nation?
By learning to be heroes ourselves. We can do this in many ways.
We can always remember the people who gave their lives on 9/11.
We can remember the families who loved them. We can always be kind.
And we can live a life of helping others.
When we act like heroes, we are teaching ourselves how to be heroes. Our first job is to always remember. Parents, we need your help on this.
We need you to tell your children about the terrible events that happened that day. You, the families of our wonderful coyotes, are the people who will do the best job with this difficult task.
We also need everyone to recognize that meanness is never okay.
We must always work to be kind.
We must try to understand that people who seem mad at us may be having a bad day, and that their anger or sadness is not a part of us. When someone says or does something out of anger, it is because they are hurting, or because they do not understand their feelings, or because they blame others for their own problems. We can learn to respond with kindness, or respond without anger, instead of saying or doing something mean back to them. What about when we do something mean? We don't want to be mean either.
When we do something mean, it is very important to say,
I'm sorry, that was wrong of me. I will not do that again.
Heroes do not give excuses. They take responsibility for their behavior.
What if you do not know how to help others?
That can make it hard.
Or maybe you don't have anyone to take you to a place where you can volunteer. Possibly, your family may not have time for helping others. Don't worry, you could help right here at Apache. Coyotes and their teachers and others who work here are always in need of help.
Ask your teachers if you can do something to help them.
If you see someone crying, ask them if you could give them a hug or if they want to talk. If you see someone get hurt, go get a teacher and offer help. If you see someone hurt someone else or say something mean, go get an adult. Or if you have the time, ask your parents to take you to one of the hundreds of places in Albuquerque that need volunteers. Help your elderly or disabled neighbors. Sweep their porch. Take their trash out. Take a meal to someone.
Or have someone over to your house for a meal.
Yes, it may still be hard.
The first few times you help, you won't be sure if you're doing it right.
Or you might feel like you don't have anything to give. That's okay. Just do it!
And keep doing it. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
And the more you do it, you realize that being helpful and kind are big parts of who you are. Each time you are kind. Each time you help others,
you are preparing yourself to be ready to help when something happens that calls for courage.
Being a hero calls for courage. So today, September 11, 2018, begin the wonderful habits that help you learn to be a hero. It doesn't matter if you are rich or poor. It doesn't matter what color our skin is. It doesn't matter if you're old or young. It only matters that we are kind, that we jump in and help wherever and wherever we can.
Just do it!
Now, please join us by putting your hand over your heart and sing to our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen and fellow Coyotes, thank you for joining us this morning to remember what we can do for our great nation.
As you leave here today,
Remember, September 11th, 2001.
be kind, help others, set your sights on being a hero.
By acting this way,
We do our part to be citizens of this great country.